Saturday Social is powered by EA Sports FIFA 23 with PlayStation.
Right, we're going to kick off by talking about probably the biggest game of the weekend. Lots of great games this weekend, but I know one that a lot of fans are very excited about is Arsenal against Liverpool, which is
huge.
Super Sunday, of course, live on Sky. Cannot wait for that one. So as you can see, the Saturday Social whiteboard is out, and we're going to get the guests to do a combined 11. Arsenal-Liverpool combined 11. So a bit of criteria to go through with this. We're going to ask them to build a team that they think would compete for the Premier League title. So it's up to the guests if they want to do a mix of current form but also historical success.
Yeah,
so it's
this
a
is
team
difficult.
that can compete for the league title. Yeah, it's not going to be easy, this one.
Yeah.
Formation-wise first, lads, 4-3-3, happy with?
Yeah,
I'm happy to agree on
yeah,
that,
then we can
James.
agree on that.
Started amicably.
Yeah,
Started
started amicably. Hopefully that's the end of the agreements. Although, with your goalkeepers, let's go straight there. At the moment, it feels like Aaron Ramsdale is one of the most on-form goalkeepers in the league, particularly with his feet. But are you both going with one player in a red shirt?
Yeah, I think I'd love to have a debate here, but when I was putting my team together, I was like, no. I mean, I think this is often in these things, knowing it myself, we talk about goalkeepers for too long, and then we don't have time at the end. So I wonder if we just get this bit done.
Stick him in.
This feels
Shout
easy.
out to
You agree
Ramsdale.
with that?
I'm sure we're
I
both
like
big
him.
fans of his, but yeah, I think Alisson goes in. It's just solid.
Okay.
Easy choice.
Good positioning.
Number one for England, Ramsdale?
I want to
Pickford?
stick with
It's
Pickford.
okay,
I'm
that's
very
fine,
happy with the last two tournaments. I'm one of them. Southgate
Yeah.
in personally, if you want to get into that. But.
Okay. Right backs. Now, this is an interesting one. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ben White. Of course, you've got other names in the hat, but they're the two that have been playing regularly this season. Who have you gone for, Spencer?
Well, this is the big one, boys, isn't it? Let's be honest. Now, Ben White, is he even a right back? He can be. He has been doing very well there, right? Trent, obviously, very, very different player, much more going forward. Bit more exposed defensively. It's been talked about a lot. I'm not a Trent hater. There's a lot of Trent haters out there. I just want to say this early.
It's not too late to back out on
I'm
this.
not against Trent, okay? But you're asking me to pick a team that's going to compete for the league this year. If you want to win the league, what is it they always say? Defence wins championships. And for me, part of Liverpool's problem at the back has been caused by his defensive inadequacies. Oof. So at right back for Spencer, Benjamin White.
Yeah, get that straight off the
You've got to agree on this.
I cannot believe you've gone with Ben White.
Yes, I have.
Say this in like any time over the last 4 years. I go, I'm going to put Ben White ahead of Trent. It's insane.
We don't live in the past, James. We live in the now.
Well, even now, right? Look, there's a lot of layers to the fact that Liverpool are struggling. Part of it is a little bit higher up the pitch in terms of the press. Trent Alexander-Arnold, people are going to go, they're going to get so angry at this. You cannot have a team you can't have a team full stop when it comes to Arsenal or Liverpool that doesn't have Trent in it. You have to have Trent in it.
The thing is, though, did you not
Scores
find...
goals, creates stuff, his long passing is amazing,
right wing.
affects
Stick
the
him right
game.
wing then, if you want.
Right, we're playing 4-3-3. You know that, and we both agreed on that. Ben White's a great player. He's a great player in the system that Arsenal have got right now. But you take him out and put Tomiyasu there, there's not a crazy amount of difference.
That's fair.
Swap Trent with any other right back. Joe, come on. There's no way you can have Ben White ahead of Trent.
The thing is that we're going to make a combined 11 here, and as I was making it, first draft had a lot of Liverpool players in there, and I'm looking at the league table, I'm looking at the form and the performances I've seen. Why have I got so many Liverpool boys in there? It's got me thinking about when they won the league a few years ago. For me, that team is done. And I don't mean Liverpool's done. They've got to reinvent it, and I think a lot of the problems in the midfield, actually. But they haven't changed enough. They haven't matured and changed and developed.
I need to hear from Joe here because he's giving me faces, and surely you're with me on this. There's no way you can pick Ben White over Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Ben White's definitely having a better season right now. He's definitely having a better season right now. And it would come down to how you want to play football, wouldn't it? I think the fact that Kyle Walker's been injured recently, this week actually, is quite relevant to this conversation because I think it could be quite tight between Ben White and Trent Alexander-Arnold being selected for that position.
Who's going to win you a game?
Of Kyle Walker's replacement.
Well, who's going to cost you a game?
I don't think Trent...
He has cost teams games.
I think with the rest of the players in this squad, you'll have a really good team that could go and win the Premier League, by the way.
So, James, you're adamant it has to be Trent over Ben White.
How do we decide this, guys?
It depends.
I could be swayed on this. It wasn't an easy decision. I'm not saying it's like black
It looks
and
like
white
James won't be swayed at all.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away that you've not gone with him.
Now, let's give you some stats. Obviously, Ben White started all 8 Premier League games at right back this season. Most tackles won for Arsenal in Premier League this season, so we know what he offers defensively. Obviously, Trent's big asset is going forward. Started all 11 games, 3 goals in all comps this season already. 60 assists for Liverpool, which is incredible. And I think he's second most chances created in the Premier League since the start of last season. season, only behind Kevin De Bruyne, which is incredible for a player in his position.
There's got to be moments where you take away form out of it and think of the last few years.
100%. If you're doing that, I will agree.
No assists in his last 16 games.
That's what I'm saying.
Trent.
Yeah, you're surprised, see?
How many's Ben got?
But that's not why I put him in there.
He has got the third most assists.
He has to assist if you're playing him, or else
Third most assists
he doesn't have to
since the
assist
start
you.
of last season of any player in the Premier League.
So you're saying that you'd rather put a centre-back at right-back than Trent Alexander?
I'm saying that I think if we're trying to win a one-off game, depending on the opposition, I probably would go with Trent. But if we're trying to win a league and the way he's currently playing, I worry for his confidence. And this is actually ironic because part of the problem is people coming for him, right? And all the stuff that's been talked about. And it is too much. I don't agree with it.
But that's England for me.
It's your guys' fault because you asked me to choose.
No, but that's England. England, you've got Reece James, Trippier, you've got Kyle Walker. This is different. Come on.
Right, so you've just said, just to clarify, you might be swayed, and this
Yeah, I
James
can be
isn't swayed.
swayed.
So are you happy with Trent without me?
The thing is, what you've got to do, I'm going to take him off in preparation for what you're going to make me do, but what you've got to do, you've got to look at the team at the end as well.
Okay,
if there's
fine.
more Liverpool than Arsenal, I think we've got a problem.
Okay.
You might have to help him there, Spence.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Trent
first
at
debate, that one,
Trent
wasn't
at
it?
right back, which it's a great debate. Let's move on to the centre backs. Let's do them as a duo, shall we?
Yeah.
Because there's some big names here, and if we're talking about, we've just put Trent up there for his historical success.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see whether you've got Saliba in there then.
This is
James.
an interesting one where we're basing historical success versus form, I think, for these positions.
Why not combine the two, James? Why don't we combine the two? That's what I'm thinking.
It was nearly a double Arsenal for me.
Yeah.
Because I get what you're saying about Trent in terms of, like, at this moment in time, you know, there are cracks there. Virgil van Dijk has not been the same player since he's come back. The stats prove it. Like, in terms of his dual success rate, it's fallen off. Has fallen off. So the only thing that saved him was that Gabriel gave away a penalty last week. So I think he's not there yet.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to split it because I think there is an Arsenal centre-back that's pretty special there, right?
Yeah, I think you could make a debate for almost any combination of the four, really. But for me, I think Saliba's got to go in there. I mean, I've been a big fan of his, like, from the noise of his, at least, for over the last few years. Anyone that's been paying attention to what he's been doing in France, it's kind of been a bit of a weird one, why he hasn't been playing at Arsenal. They've pulled him back in. It seems they've got him in at the right time, and he's just gone straight into that team. I don't know if the plan was necessarily to have Ben White at right back this year. I think he just couldn't be dropped at any point, and they had to accommodate him. Tomiyasu's been injured as well, and Ben White just made the spot his own. So, for me, I stick him in there, but I think with you, stick the big man next to him.
Yeah, do you know what, though? If Matip was a left-sided centre-back, I would put him ahead of... If you said to me, pick one of these two for Liverpool...
Yeah.
It shows two looking
Sorry,
at
Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip.
Yeah.
Matip is playing better than Virgil van Dijk at this
true.
moment in time. And again, you know, a little bit
And you just can't leave out Virgil, can you?
No.
Well,
surely.
I think it's something to keep an eye on, though, because I think there are problems at Liverpool, and he's not aggressive enough at this moment.
But I just want to say one thing. I know we've moved on, but he's obviously been the best centre-back in the world previously, last few years, right?
Yeah.
It's the exact same logic. He's been one of the best right-backs the last few years in the world, 100%. I don't think he's playing any worse than him right now.
I don't think he can get back to his heights. I think he can.
So just to clarify that, you don't think Virgil van Dijk will ever get back to the heights he showed a couple of seasons ago when he was Ballon d'Or nominated?
I think it's really harsh me saying it, but I think he's lost a yard. I think he's lost.
They're obviously a big injury. Maybe that's.
Yeah, and maybe it takes time. I think that, you know, but he has been fit for a good season. And to be honest, I'm also talking about the drop-off between even last season and right now. But yeah, that's the difference for me when it comes to Trent.
I also think that him being at his pomp is a crucial factor in him being good.
Sure.
Because he's having that unbelievable centre half back there and pacey as well in his prime allows you so much confidence that he can be out of position, he can be attacking because he's going to cover you.
All right, left back. I presume there's going to be a solid agreement here, even though Alexander Zinchenko having a great season, proven winner at Manchester City. Are you going Robbo?
I'm going Robbo. I was thinking it was Robbo or Tierney, to be honest. But I guess, you could say Zinchenko, of course. Plays very different, Zinchenko, because he comes in and plays midfield a lot of the time. And he's almost like a playmaker at times. I just think, as part of my Premier League winning combined 11, Trent and Robertson together, I think is always a great partnership. And so that's why I'm thinking Robbo.
Yeah, yes, not necessarily for the same reasons, but I had Robbo in there. I just looked in, I thought, I can't have both Liverpool fullbacks this year. I can't have it. Maybe I'm letting my FPL sway me too much, but I'm looking at it and they're just not getting the points. Yeah. So... And I'm looking at, and I had at one point, I mean, that's 4 of the back 5 is Liverpool. And how good is their defence compared to Arsenal's this year? Just remember that's James's doing, Arsenal fans. Don't.
Oh, he's got Let's move on to midfield. Let's do the midfield three. Let's find out, who you've gone for as a midfield three, both of you.
Okay, I've put Xhaka in there, I believe.
Have you?
I actually think that he's been so good this year. It's a resurgence. You know, he's had so much stick over the years. Deserved, a lot of it deserved, but he has been part of the Arteta revolution, if you like. Not to get ahead of ourselves, they haven't won it yet, but I want to recognise him.
2 goals and 3 assists.
James, you don't have Xhaka.
Where are you playing, Xhaka?
Up front, no. So, I mean, I was looking at the classic Liverpool team, the classic, when they've been at their best. And obviously Fabinho would be in that position in there. And I just don't think they're doing it across the board, Liverpool, this year. I have to acknowledge what the Arsenal guys are doing. I have to have a significant, if not dominant, Arsenal presence in this 11.
The problem with Xhaka is you can't play Xhaka. So I've gone for Fabinho. And the reason I've gone for Fabinho is because of exactly what you're saying in terms of how they're playing. Xhaka plays here. And Xhaka's been amazing. The reason Xhaka's been amazing is as much because he's in great form, but he's a facilitator in this position here. He doesn't play here and has to screen and make those tackles.
We're letting
alongside
formation
him,
play too big a part in this. The reason he has to do that is because of him. He has to sit there because he's never there.
Because
if you've got Ben White there, Xhaka can get on in that position.
Xhaka can. For me, I was thinking about the formation a little bit, and so for me it was down to him or Partey. And Partey, for me, is a bit injury-prone at times. I know he's great.
Fabinho's had some problems this
He's had some moments, but he's played a lot more games than Thomas Partey over the last few years.
Could you not play Xhaka off the left of Fabinho then and have a little compromise?
You could if you want to make that.
Look at the other two that you've got, so that you can.
Is there an agreement how you have a two maybe? Martin Odegaard.
I'm pretty sure my team, I had Xhaka and Thiago. Yeah, and then I had Martin Odegaard ahead of them. That was my 3.
Have you both got Odegaard?
So I've got Thiago and I've got Odegaard.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to put Odegaard in there?
Yeah,
Odegaard.
You're in agreement
there. You've not got a lot of space, have we, for the strikers coming up? So you're agreeing on them, and there's one other midfielder that you're disagreeing on. So
it's Xhaka or Thiago. And I agree, once you've got Fabinho in there, you don't really want Xhaka in there as well.
Although Xhaka this season, 5 goal contributions in 8 games, he's playing in a totally different role, isn't he? He's creating chances, he's in the box. So you could probably play him alongside Fabinho.
He's what I'm saying, James.
Thiago has been injured.
He's
obviously technically one of the best footballers
in the interest of time, I let you win that one, so I'm going to win this one.
I mean, let's discuss it briefly. Look, I'm happy to concede that, but what I would just like to be on record is the answer is always Thiago.
Yeah, exactly. Let's stick him in there.
Okay, so you're agreeing on Thiago with Xhaka and Odegaard.
Do you not think?
That is so wrong, but fine.
Do you want to do it?
The correct answer is Fabinho, Odegaard, Thiago.
We need to throw out the magnets here because
that's just wrong.
You're doing that.
You could do that.
Well, you want to do that? You want to do that, or you want to do Thiago? Thiago's got to be in there,
I think it's prettier. It's so much prettier if we just do this.
You want to do that?
So much prettier.
Not a lot of room. So we're going Fabinho,
Arsenal
Thiago.
getting overwhelmed here, guys.
No, we're not. Thiago's off the board. A lot of changing here. They can't agree.
You need to decide
but
between
what I would
Thiago and
concede,
Xhaka.
because you gave me Trent, which is an obvious call anyway, so I don't really feel like I've been conceded in there. But I can live with Xhaka there because he has been wonderful.
So we're going Xhaka then?
Okay.
Thiago, I'm sorry, mate.
Well, I want Thiago as well, though.
Well, let's put Thiago.
I just don't want him.
You can't put Xhaka there.
We can do, because if we had Ben White, we could.
It all falls apart if you put Xhaka
If we had
there.
Ben White, we could, guys.
We've got to push on.
Spencer, you're a winner. You're a winner.
Go on, make a decision.
I'm winning the front 3 then. If our front 3 is different, we can have a problem.
Okay, go on, front 3. Let's have a look at your front 3.
Okay,
a lot of time with this right back.
Up front, it's got to be this man, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be this man.
So we're agreeing that Jesus has to be in, right? His form this season has been incredible. He's revolutionised the way Arsenal play. It's interesting what Mikel Arteta says as well about not just what he's doing on the pitch, but he's brought a real belief to these players. The fact that he's a winner, he's won Premier Leagues, like what he's doing off the pitch as well, which I think is quite interesting with the psychology for Arsenal as well. He's made such a difference to that football club.
Yeah, and we're talking about winning Premier Leagues, and this man's done it how many times? Quite a few of them, So I think he's got to be there. Obviously, Liverpool's attack hasn't been as potent this year, and that's a crucial part of it. So yeah, no-brainer.
Anyone else that you agree on?
Surely this man.
Yes,
Mohamed Salah has to be in there. I mean, still, I know he's, again, another one who's sort of had that little dip in form, but he's still, he's outrageous.
Yeah, he has had a dip, but he's Salah.
Just worth mentioning Saka, though, given the level he's actually going to get to. And
well, you could technically throw him over that side if you really wanted to. Do you know what I mean? It can
very
be done.
South.
It's not a bad shout.
You know what I mean?
Very Southgate.
I'm not doing it.
Do you mean good?
Personally.
Is that what you mean?
Who do you have there?
I've gone with Diaz on the left-hand side. And here's why.
Were you born in Liverpool or something?
Spencer,
Outrageous.
I don't think we saw Spencer's face there. You
in
think
2020?
You think that's an outrageous shout? So who did you
How
have
can
over
you not
Diaz?
have him? How can you not have Martinelli in there? Klopp's press conference yesterday was spent talking about how good Martinelli is.
Does that every time, Jurgen Klopp?
Yeah, he does.
Martinelli.
I can't believe you put Diaz. I'm not saying Diaz isn't good, but he's not the same in form right now as what this man's doing.
I think you're getting a bit confused with a whole Arsenal are
confused.
really in form as a whole team. Diaz for Liverpool has actually been one of the bright sparks. There's been like goal against Crystal Palace and they've got 10 men and he cuts in and smashes it in the top corner. Last year he was the one of most people saying the January signing, the best January signing. It was very close.
Martinelli scored more goals.
The thing is, I actually sort of I agree with you what you're saying. He's been one of the better players on form compared to the rest of them have been not so great. But I actually look at their team now. I think one of the reasons they're not the same is Mane's not there, and he's not Mane for me.
Neither is Martinelli.
He's not Mane for me. Oh, but Mane's not in the debate. If Mane was in it, he'd be in there, James. But it's not.
Diaz got 3 goals and 1 assist in the Premier League.
I'm not even letting this happen.
It was very close this one.
I've let you win.
Yeah,
I've let you win the other 2.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Totally.
Martinelli has a great season as well. So that is the combined 11. So as we can see, how many we got for Arsenal? Just 4 Arsenal players.
I feel that's
Wow.
outrageous.
So just 4 Arsenal players. Let us know what you think. That is their combined 11 they've picked based on who they'd want to win a Premier League title this season. Let us know what you think of their combined 11.